All right, everybody, with that said, I want to move on to my favorite part of the show, gun talk. And today I want to talk about two models from Staccato, formerly known as STI, but they have changed their name to Staccato. I'm sure because medical associations have started calling STDs STIs, so I'm pretty sure they didn't want their firearms to be associated with the word STI. So they are now Staccato. I've owned them when they were STIs. I've owned them now that they're Staccato. And I love their products. But I want to talk about two very specific guns. The C and the C2. And I want to clarify some things to people that have asked me questions in live chats and asked me about certain guns, whether I recommend them or not. A lot of times people will ask me about the Staccato C. Do I recommend it? And I always say, no, I don't. Not a big fan of it. To me, it's just a regular compact 1911 because it is single stack. It just has a polymer frame, which is something grip frame, which is something I'm not going to be into unless it has some other value to it. And it doesn't have the interchangeable grip frames, or at least it didn't when it first came out. In fact, it said in the manual, if you took the grip frame off, you've invalidated the warranty on that gun. So I've never been a fan of the C. That's their little carry gun, the little very small. It's the smallest one they make. But sometimes people will ask me about the C2, and I might mishear them and think they say the C, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like it. But if I don't know, pay attention and read that they actually said C2, which I'm not that good at reading in the chat because I have to read the questions, and I can't see where the damn without my glasses. So sometimes I make a mistake. But the C2 is a totally different beast. The C2 is a small gun, but it's double stack. It does have a removable grip frame. Can be replaced. In fact, these guns are very similar. If you look at them side by side, you're going to see that there's a little difference, though. One of them is a little bit longer. The C2 is just a hair longer, not even enough to really mention. Now, the C2 is taller also, so you will notice the difference in height. It's about a half an inch, a little over half an inch taller, almost 0.6 inches taller. It's also thicker. Now, you would expect it to be thicker because it is double stack. The difference is only, though, like a quarter of an inch. It's not a really big difference as far as thickness is concerned. And believe it or not, the C model, which is the carry single stack model, has the beveled back end and everything. It's actually a little heavier. I'm not sure why. I'm thinking it's maybe because the C model, I don't know if it still comes in just a regular gun or if it only comes in the one cut for an RMR with the heavier plate and bigger rear sight. Because if that's the case, that's probably the difference in weight because it's like an ounce and a half. Whereas you can get the C2 still with just a regular top, not cut for an RMR, which would make it lighter than the RMR cut one because it does have that bigger plate and that bigger rear sight. And I think if you measured that one, maybe they might be closer to each other as far as weight is concerned. But like I said, I don't really know what makes the difference in weight. But the biggest difference, of course, is that one is single stack, one is double stack. The C, it comes with 3 8-round magazines, 9mm. The C2 comes with 3 16-round magazines, twice as many rounds. Not quite twice once you do the +1 for each one of them, but still, the magazines themselves hold twice as many rounds. So the C2 is, in my opinion, a much more desirable gun. I would love to get one of the C2s. I wouldn't own the C. It doesn't interest me at all. I can understand where it interests other people, and I'm sure it's a really high-quality gun. The only difference between the guns I've had from them and these ones is these ones actually have an aluminum receiver. I believe the receiver is aluminum and the slide is steel. Makes them a little lighter for carry. So, and I'm fine with that. But I think the one I have is all steel frame and slide it all because I have the compensated one. But the C2, like I said, totally different gun than the C. The C is a single stack, made for concealability, even has, like I said, the carry cut on the grip, everything. That gun is designed to conceal and to be as concealable as possible. The C2 is designed to still be concealable and be relatively small, but to be double stack. And that is that big advantage of that polymer grip frame. And that's why I'm like, yeah, with the polymer grip frame on the double stack, love it. I'm all for it. In fact, like I said, I'd love to be able to buy one. And I don't know if they're going to offer the grip frames in colors again like they used to. Because you used to be able to get red and blue and beige and, all kinds of different colors. If they did that again, I would love to have the C2 with a blue grip to go with my Nightwing theme, and then I could just have like laser etched onto the frame or the back or something, the little Nightwing logo. Or maybe have it laser etched on the slide. I wouldn't want to do that. I won't mess the slide up because then I might have to sell that gun someday, and no one wants my nerdy bullshit on it. But that's what I wanted to talk about these two guns for, because like I said, I wanted to compare them for people that have had questions for me about these two guns, and I wanted to clarify that why I sometimes say no when someone says something about a Staccato C. That's because they're talking about the original C, and like I said, just doesn't bring enough to the table to make it worth it over a lot of other 1911s in that same category. But the C2, totally different gun. It's a 2011 double stack. So, and it's in a compact size. So that one to me is very desirable. I would love to own one of those. If you own either of these, you own a great gun. But the C2, that would be the one for me. So those are the differences, and that's why I sometimes say no, because it's a Model C, and sometimes I say hell yeah, because it is the double stack C2. And last but not least, I want to remind everyone that we are now doing Toy Guns for Tots. We are taking donations. We're going to run it all through this month. Then the beginning of next month, we're going to go buy all the toys. If you're not familiar, please go over to tympistolproject.com. You can read a little bit of it there. There's also videos you can look at on here that I've already made that you can see what it's about. But basically, we go out and buy a lot of toy guns around Christmas and donate them to kids in need because the other agencies will not do it. They won't buy toy guns. So we do it. The first 3 years have been wildly successful. We filled a cargo van last time with toys, and we hope to do even more this year, maybe a box van or a box truck, whatever they call those damn things. So go on over, help out a kid in need who actually wants a toy gun this year, and we'll make a bunch of little future 2A supporters very happy at Christmas time. With your help, with your donation, we will do that. And like I said, hopefully this will be the biggest year yet. So go on over, donate, and then come December 1st, we'll go do the shopping.